Appropriate funds from the General Capital Improvement Fund totaling $48,500 for emergency sewer main problem on Park Avenue. Mr. Cody, would you like to handle that?
We had a sewer collapse on Park Avenue, which is not a new event for us. The work's been done and in place, stated, and the vendor had certified it as an emergency. The state has recognized it as so, and now we have to pay the bill. So the one new thing is we will be meeting with Chatham, Maine in the near future to negotiate, because of the frequencies of these events, a fee schedule. So in a non-emergency situation, we could negotiate a schedule of payments that when we have a little more leverage in the negotiation process.
Great. Thank you. Anyone have any questions? Seeing none, this ordinance will be listed for introduction. Issuance of resident commuter parking permits. Okay. Aye. Right.
We are recommending a renewal of the fees for 2010 with no increase. So the same fee schedule that is in effect. So the annual commuter parking permit would be $400 for residents, would be $800 instead of $1,000 for non-residents to try to secure some revenue from that source. None of the non-residents would have the opportunity to purchase until all resident applications were satisfied. Under what's proposed is all existing Madison residents who hold a permit would be automatically offered the opportunity to renew their permit before we would move down to people who do not have a permit. Currently, we have an excess of permits, so we're not in a situation. Anyone who wants a permit who's a Madison resident can get a permit by paying the fee of $400. Tenants and merchants would still, again, we're recommending that same fee schedule for 2010, which would be $200 for those individuals. And we would have no, non-residents would not be extended other than the merchants.
Anyone have any questions?
Just a couple of follow-ups to help maybe sell the non-resident permits. Belmont Avenue, by ordinance says 3-hour parking, but I don't think signs exist there anymore. So we should probably look to get that back on there. And it seems to be the western end of Keep Street, which is marked and under ordinance. I don't know whether it's being enforced. And have you given out notices to the Kings Road?
Yeah,
doesn't look like it.
The resolution and John
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so they were okay.
The signage, and also if you go by the lots today, there's pink sheets on every car. They've been doing that for
Sounds good. Very good.
well, we're trying. We'll see.
Yep, that's
Get the calls.
it's not important until it's important.
Mr. July.
Thanks. I'll renew my opposition to a $200 a year parking permit for tenants. I believe that's too far below market. I think we shouldn't be subsidizing tenants. I have no problem with merchants and employees, but the fact that we're providing parking for tenants at $200 a year, which works out to 67 cents or less a day, just staggers me. In an era where we're trying to find revenue, how we can afford to be subsidizing private individuals' residential parking defies logic.
Anyone else? Seeing none, the resolution 151 will be listed on the consent agenda. Resolution support of New Jersey legislative bills S-2503, A-2872. Mr. Connell?
This, sorry. I was off in the forest for a second. I've got to make up for missing last meeting, so I apologize for that too. This is a bill to strengthen the licensing process for tree experts. Mike Kopis from the Shade Tree Management Board is here to answer any questions, but in a nutshell, as it's outlined here, it's very easy to present yourself as an expert and without keeping up with the latest information on maintaining trees, and this is a statewide initiative to tighten the loopholes there. If any particular questions, as I said, Mike is in the audience.
Anyone have any questions? Seeing none? Okay. On the consent agenda. Estimated tax bills. Mr. Kelly.
This is a resolution requesting an authorization for the tax collector, so required that if for any reason the budget is not adopted on June 22nd, we would probably miss our mailing schedule to have the third quarter bills out. So to ensure the timely payment of our bills and the Board of Education bills, we would need to send out estimated bills. In order to do that, we have to get the governing body's permission. We've only done that once in the last 17 years. We hope not to do that this year because that gets confusing with our residents and commercial vendors. So this is just precautionary to assuming that we will adopt on June 22nd. Our bills will be out on time. Payments would be due between August 1st and August 10th. If we have to do estimated bills, there's a statute that dictates the time frame and the grace period, which would be extended by resolution of the governing body, giving people additional time to make their payment, which then would have a ripple effect on the payment of our obligations and the school's obligations. We're trying to avoid that by getting out in front of it.
Would we have to mail out additional bills once it's rectified? Because many people don't pay their bills directly through a mortgage company.
That's where it gets complicated. What would normally would happen, we would be conservative, and I would say overestimate, but we would put a reasonable increase over and above what we anticipate the adopted budget to be for the third quarter payment, so that we wouldn't get into a refund scenario or have to pursue the taxpayer to get an underpayment restored. We'd rather be in the position of applying it as a credit to the fourth quarter. So traditionally, the third quarter, if we do estimate it, will be higher than the norm. This is just precaution. We're just being very cautious, belts and suspenders here. We will make it. We will adopt the budget on the 22nd, subject to the comments from the public, and the state has a copy of the introduced budget. There's no issues at the moment, and this is a self-examination year, so there really is. We're through the state review process, so we will adopt the budget. This is just precaution. If for some reason something happens, we have the legal ability to send out the estimated bills.
Something like, for whatever reason, we're on a quorum that night, you can't pass it. I mean,
Correct.
I mean, that's one of those long shot things, I suppose.
Setting us up for something?
Well, we're down one.
Yeah, we're already down one, you know.
Judy?
Also, it's just in case that it's nothing that we done here. It's in case that something happened in the county and we don't get a certified copy of the tax bill.
That's
So
correct.
something that's totally out of our
State
control.
is not certified by the state. We have, well, we believe that we can rely on, but that's correct. We need a certification from the state and the county and approval from local government services.
Just in case.
All our pieces are in place. The order has reviewed it, our documents are down the trend. They have plenty of time. The clerk's handling the advertising. We'll be ready for June 22nd. But if something happens, we want to be prepared.
Just on that point, didn't we have a council meeting where we had 2 council people and the mayor one time?
Yes.
Yeah. So,
But not this,
yeah.
Not this
No.
group.
not this configuration.
No.
Yeah,
Let the record reflect.
right.
A couple of years ago. Yeah. I was
More than
there. Anyway, all right, that will be listed then on the consent agenda. Ordinances for hearing.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinances scheduled for hearing were introduced by title and passed on first reading in a regular meeting of the council held on May 11, 2009. Were posted and filed according to law, and copies were made available to the general public requesting the same.
I call up the ordinance for second reading and ask the clerk to read said ordinance by title.
Ordinance 21, 2009, ordinance of the Borough of Madison appropriating $2,000 from the Fire Department Trust Fund for the purchase of rescue lift bags.
I open the hearing for public. Is anyone wishing to be heard on ordinance 21-2009? Seeing none, I'll close the hearing.
Mayor, I move ordinance 21-2009.
Second?
Is there any council discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Ms. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Elias?
Yes.
Mr. Conley?
Yes.
Ms. Sugimoto?
Yes.
Dr. Esposito?
Yes.
I declare the aforementioned adopted and finally passed and ask the clerk to publish notice thereof in the newspaper and file the ordinance in accordance with the law.